Words to describe Jim and Ginger would definitely start with family, compassion, caring, and generosity.
Committed, very much committed to the cause as they see it.
I think they're one of the most loving Christian couples that I've ever met, and especially with the way John was the center of their family. It really impressed me about them.
Very humble, very likable.
I've dealt with Jim many times over the years through various functions. And I always kind of was very impressed with how committed he was toward Verland's mission and towards helping us to care for some of the society's most vulnerable populations. And so Jim was totally committed to what Verland was trying to accomplish.
The favorite memory for me is Jim and his whole family's involvement in the life of John, who lived here for 34 years, and they're involving him in their lives. It's like John lived down the street from them, not at Verland. And every birthday party, every family get-together, every holiday gathering, John played a part of that.
John was a character all his own. I mean, me and him had the same name, first name, so, you know, but he, you knew John liked you whenever he would try to scare you. Okay, you go up to he laid in like a bed, and you'd go up to him and he'd jump trying to scare you. You know, I'd say, John, I said, it didn't work this time. You know, and then we got along good because I would go and I would sneak around and I would like try to scare him. You know, and I did it one time and he laughed so hard, it was like he was actually crying because he was laughing so hard. I said, I got you good, didn't I?
He was here for about 33 years, so it's a long time. And he was, you wouldn't think at first, because he was so challenged, that he had a personality at all, because he couldn't talk or anything, but he could really, really communicate with you. And I remember one time in particular, actually I was waiting to do a video, and he was gonna be in it. So we were waiting for these other parents to come to his house. And he was pretty much prone on one of his carts, and he was just looking at me so intensely. He had very intense looks, and like he wanted to tell me something, and then he started to like, gah, gah, like that, and I'm thinking, I could see that he just wouldn't take his eyes off me, that he was trying to tell me something. Then I realized there was a ball at his side, and I thought to myself, oh, he's not gonna try to tell me he wants to play ball, because I didn't think he could do that. And actually, that's what it was. And he wanted me, I threw that ball to him, and then he just completely raised his arm up, which took a lot of effort, and grunted, and then pitched that ball at me. And that's what we did for about 5 minutes. And when I told, it made me cry. I mean, could hardly contain myself. And when I told Jim about it, he said we used to do that all the time with him, and Jim used to do that. So I was just thrilled that he thought enough of me to, you know, try to make me understand that. And it was just, it's one of the most cherished memories I have of him.
Verland is like an extended family to us. I mean, that was it. I mean, we felt safe with him there. They treated him just exceptional. I mean, we go in and everything was great. No matter what we did, when we came, they were just awesome with him. And everybody else. But like Vince said, we come in and he knew it was us.
We were fortunate to come across the path of them. We were appreciative of what they did for us, and fortunate that they were as close, location-wise, to us, that we were able to benefit from sharing the time that we had with Johnny, which was 40 years longer than what they had anticipated.
If you're a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, an aunt, an uncle, a grandmother or grandfather, all you have to do is think about your children. What would you want for them? God forbid if something like this happened to you.
I think our son John was the inspiration to be on the board and to stay there for 23 years, to see that I could do or what Ginger and I could do to keep that facility as great as that it is. We have not forgotten Verland, and we'll never forget Verland. Verland is sort of taking the place of our son John. That's how we treat Verland, just like what we do for the other kids, we do for Verland.
I think, to sum it up, I think they lived their faith. They believed in God. They didn't see John as a problem. They saw him as just one of the kids in their family. He was the center of everything they did. And I feel like they leave a legacy of the example of being a Christian. You believe in God, but you have to do good works too. And not only did they do them for John, they did them for all his brothers and sisters and all of us in the entire Verland family. And I think their family as an example probably set a good example a great example for all their friends too. Anybody that came in contact with them.
On behalf of the board of directors, on behalf of the overall community of the Verland community, we'd like to extend our sincere thanks to Jim and Ginger and the entire Siciliano family for all that you've done for all these many years. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim and Ginger, for all that you have done for the staff, for us taking care of your son. Can't thank you enough, appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim and Ginger, for not only what you've done for Verland and for John and all his friends, but for what you've done for me too. It's been an honor to know you guys. Love you. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
Thank you, Jim and Ginger.